We'd like to show you some new video now. Those bright flashes you see in the sky there are Iranian missiles fired at a U.S. base in Qatar being intercepted by the Qatar government before reaching their intended target. President Trump just posted on social media that there are no reports of U.S. casualties. Well, the attack was in response to the U.S. bombing this weekend of key Iranian nuclear facilities.
Well, President Trump dismissed Iran's retaliatory attack as a, quote, very weak response and said the U.S. was warned by Iran in advance. Now, CBS News correspondent Erica Brown is on Capitol Hill, where members of Congress expect to be briefed today, and she's joining us now live with the latest. Erica.
Well, Natasha and Yuki, as you mentioned, there U.S. officials say that Iran launched multiple retaliatory strikes on the largest U.S. military base in the Middle East. And President Trump did react, calling it a very weak response that was expected and did little damage. Now, the president is also calling for peace. He even thanked Iran for what he says was that advance notice that helped to prevent injuries and casualties. Iran launched short and medium-range missiles at the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar Monday, the largest U.S. military base in the Middle East. The attack came in retaliation for U.S. strikes on 3 key Iranian nuclear sites. A U.S. defense official says there have been no reports of U.S. casualties.
This is the home of U.S. Central Command. There are a range of critical assets at this base: drones, aircraft, and more.
President Trump visited the U.S. base outside Doha just over a month ago, where he told U.S. troops this.
I will never hesitate to wield American power if it's necessary to defend the United States of America or our partners.
The attack happened just as President Trump was set to meet with his national security team. Diplomatic sources tell CBS News Iran's retaliation was expected and calibrated. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are mostly divided along party lines over President Trump launching the military strikes, but one Republican says Congress needs to vote. On social media, the Republican Thomas Massie of Kentucky wrote, under the War Powers Act, the president is required to withdraw from hostilities in Iran within 60 days unless he gets a vote of Congress. Others are standing by the president's decision.
Given the situation that we're looking at right now, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the president and the administration.
Members of Congress are set to be briefed tomorrow on the situation. Now here on Capitol Hill, as lawmakers push for votes on war powers resolutions to try to limit the U.S.'s involvement in this conflict, the Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson is pushing back, saying it's not the time for politics. And he says a vote on a war powers resolution isn't necessary. Yuki, Natasha.
All right, Erica, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Well, this afternoon, meantime, we went to one of the largest military communities in our region to get some immediate reaction to the latest developments. Dan Snyder joining us now near Joint Base McGuire-Dix, Lakehurst in New Jersey. So, Dan, what are folks saying there as we enter this new phase of the conflict?
Yeah, good afternoon, Natasha. We are right now at the Lakehurst Diner, which sits about a mile away from the large military base here in New Jersey. And, you know, this afternoon we just stopped in, talked to people, kind of got a feeling about how they're looking at this ongoing conflict between the United States and Iran. Now, I can tell you most of the people we talked with were supportive of the administration's efforts and their decision to strike Iran. There were some, however, that had said that they are really taking a wait-and-see approach to see how this all plays out.
I think it needed to be done, and I appreciate Trump making that decision. It's never an easy decision, but I think it was the right thing to do. I think it would be far more dangerous if we just let it go.
I think it's about time. I mean, they've been threatening America. They've been threatening Israel, death to Israel, death to America. What are we, schmucks? Now is the time to do it.
Was this good? I don't know. In my opinion, do I want to back up Israel? Yes. Don't know if this was the way.
Now, as for that retaliation and the possibility of this escalating further, possibly into a larger war, one man said he had no worries about that at all. He didn't think Iran would take things that far. Two others we spoke with say they do have concerns about that possibility, and it's something they will be watching. Live in Lakehurst, Dan Snyder, CBS News, Philadelphia.
All right, Dan, thank you very much.